If you clicked on this video, then your plants don't have beautiful green leaves. Anytime your leaves are showing some kind of discoloration, it's usually one of two major problems. Either you have pests, certain small organisms that are eating and harming your plant, or you have a nutrient problem, too much or too little of nutrients. So the first thing you want to do is figure out which major problem it is. Do you have pests or do you have a nutrient issue? And so this short video, I'm going to show you how to tell whether you have a pest problem or a nutrient problem. And then once you know that, you can look at other videos to figure out how to get rid of your specific pest or deal with your nutrient issue. Now here on this tomato leaf, there is definite discoloration, but notice that it is in large blotches, not tiny little holes. And also notice how the veins here are much darker. That's a very good sign. Sometimes the veins will be darker or less dark. But this type of discoloration is a sure sign that you have a nutrient deficiency. You have large blotches of discoloration. Now here we have another leaf. And again, I do want you to notice here, there are some spots. So spotting does occur with nutrient deficiencies. But when you see this spotting, what you're also seeing is, notice here the tips are kind of burned. This is also something, when you have discoloration of the tips here, that is a nutrient issue. Also again, notice here the margins or the edges of the leaves are discolored. So a few little spots does not necessarily mean you have an infestation problem. I have seen people that have both insect infestations and nutrient issues. And that's not what this is. So you are going to get some small blotches like this. I wouldn't really call this stippling. It's not lots of little holes, it's spots like this. So spots with margins or large areas that are discolored are also a sign of a nutrient issue. Now when you notice discoloration, if it's some kind of a pest problem, what you're going to see is what's called stippling. This is a fancy word for little dots or specks. And so I have here a beautiful sugar maple leaf. And you can see this is showing this stippling. So what you're going to see are small, tiny little dots. And what this is these pests are parasites. They're eating your plant, and so their mouth parts, they're sticking it into your plant, they're sucking the juices out and causing all the cells around there to die. So you're going to see little spots. Now if you have leaves that have this much stippling on them, you have a major infestation. You need to deal with it as soon as possible. So that's the first thing you want to look for, is tiny little dots or stippling on your leaves. That is a sure sign that you're dealing with pests and not a nutrient issue. Now stippling is a good sign that you have a pest issue. The one way to know 100% if you have a pest issue is if you see some pests. And that's what we have here. So these are the two-spotted spider mites. And what I want you to notice, these little spots here, these are eggs. So oftentimes you can look underneath leaves on the underside, and that's where a lot of times pests will hang out and often feed. So if you do see stippling or little dots, you want to get a little magnifying lens. You want to start looking on your leaves, especially underneath. If you see little white circles like this, which are eggs, you have an infestation of a pest and you need to deal with that. Again, small little dots where the insects are feeding is a sign of a pest infestation. Larger blotches or discoloration over large parts of the leaf are a nutrient issue. Once you figure out if you have a pest or a nutrient issue, then you can figure out how to take care of your problem.